Under the spectral glow of distant nebulae, Captain Zara Novik's heart pounded like a war drum in the vast frozen silence of space. A haunting distress call shattered the void, its eerie echo stirring long-buried memories of loss and igniting a fierce resolve for redemption. As her battered starship trembled amidst swirling cosmic debris and flickering panels, every creak and spark whispered of looming peril and hope. With resolute determination, Zara steeled herself for the storm, a clash of fate that would force her to confront both haunting past and unknown terrors. The vast expanse stretched before her, an endless canvas of shimmering starlight and deep shadows, each celestial body hinting at ancient secrets and dangers unseen. Inside the cramped command bridge of her weathered vessel, every blinking indicator and worn control panel told a story of battles fought and dreams deferred. The recycled air carried a faint metallic tang, mixed with the low hum of engines that had seen too many conflicts, a constant reminder of the relentless struggle for survival in a galaxy of ghosts. Zara's eyes, reflecting the cold light of distant suns, scanned the holographic displays with a precision born of years in the void. Memories of lost comrades flared unbidden, faces blurred by time but etched deeply in her heart. Their silent voices urged her onward, a spectral choir echoing within the steel confines of her ship. Tonight the call was different, a piercing cry for help that resonated with the raw pain of abandonment and the promise of redemption. It was a summons she could not ignore. Her gloved fingers danced over the control interface as she adjusted the ship's course toward the source of the signal. "Steady now," she murmured, her voice low and resolute, each word a command to both her crew and herself. The vessel shuddered under the onslaught of cosmic radiation and the gravitational pull of unseen celestial forces. Outside, the void pulsed with an eerie luminescence, as if the universe itself held its breath in anticipation of what was to come. In that charged moment, with every sensor and circuit alive with the urgency of the unknown, Zara's resolve hardened. She knew that venturing into this darkness meant risking everything, yet every soul adrift in the endless night deserved a chance to be saved. With a final determined glance at the scattered starlight beyond the viewport, she declared, "Prepare for impact. We move in." Thus, amid the silent whispers of a cosmos filled with both beauty and menace, Captain Zara Novik embarked on a journey into the heart of the void, a voyage where the shadows promised both peril and the faint glimmer of hope. In the dim glow of the ship's central hub, the haunting alien SOS continued its spectral refrain, reverberating through the corridors like the pulse of a dying star. Captain Zara Novik convened her crew in the cramped hologram-lit conference room, a space cluttered with relics of past missions and digital maps of ancient constellations. The ambient hum of machinery interlaced with hushed voices, each member preparing to confront a mystery older than the scattered stars outside. Zara's piercing gaze swept across the assembled faces. First was Erin, a soft-spoken linguist whose mastery of long-forgotten alien dialects lent her an air of quiet determination. Her eyes, deep and reflective, hinted at the secrets she had deciphered from dusty manuscripts and ancient ruins. "I've seen echoes of this language before," she murmured, her voice barely audible over the steady throb of the ship's engines. "This isn't just a cry for help, it's a message woven with history." Beside her stood Ivar, a grizzled veteran with scars etched both on his weathered face and in the memories of countless battles. His steady, resolute tone cut through the room's tension. "We've stared into the abyss before. Whatever relic lies behind this signal, we'll face it head-on. Every moment counts." The hardened determination in his voice resonated with every crew member, a reminder that survival in this hostile expanse was a shared battle. Calix, the young prodigy with a genius for alien technology, fiddled with a portable device as if coaxing secrets from its circuits. His youthful excitement and palpable nervous energy meshed with the gravity of their mission. "The data I'm pulling, if it's right, indicates a structure cloaked by cosmic dust, hidden among the remnants of an ancient civilization," he explained, eyes wide with both wonder and apprehension. "It's like the universe itself is guarding its lost treasures." Finally, Nova, the enigmatic engineer whose quiet brilliance had saved the ship more times than anyone could recall, adjusted the controls with practiced precision. The soft clack of her fingers dancing over panels filled the silence with a sense of impending discovery. "I'm isolating the signal source," Nova said, her voice measured and confident. "The coordinates point to a region teeming with abandoned stations and cosmic anomalies. There's more here than meets the eye." Amid the soft glow of holographic star maps and the steady pulse of the ship's life support systems, Zara's voice broke through the murmur. "This signal is a relic of a lost age, a call that transcends time and space. It speaks of forbidden relics and technologies that could alter the balance of our fragile universe." Her declaration was both an order and a plea, laden with the burden of her past and the hope of a future reborn from the ruins. The room fell into a reflective hush as each crew member absorbed the weight of their task. Iren's eyes shone with a blend of academic curiosity and a hint of fear for what ancient secrets might unravel. Ivar's rugged features softened as memories of past sacrifices flashed across his mind, fueling his resolve to protect his newfound family in the stars. Calix's youthful exuberance tempered with caution, while Nova's calm determination anchored the group amidst the turbulence of uncertainty. Outside the ship's reinforced viewport, the vast cosmic landscape unfolded, a tapestry of twinkling stars, swirling nebulae, and the dark void punctuated by the glimmer of distant forgotten worlds. The alien signal, enigmatic and persistent, pulsed with an almost hypnotic rhythm, as if the cosmos itself beckoned them toward hidden truths and perilous challenges. Zara's hand hovered over the command console, a final moment of silent communion with the echoes of a lost civilization. "Prepare the course for the signal's origin," she commanded, her voice imbued with unwavering resolve. "Every second brings us closer to either unearthing the key to our salvation or unlocking a gateway to oblivion." Her words were met with determined nods, and the crew sprang into action, their roles crystallized in the shared urgency of the moment. As Nova recalibrated the navigational systems and Calix fine-tuned the decoding apparatus, Iren delved into the ancient texts stored in her data archives, cross-referencing symbols and patterns with the haunting cadence of the SOS. Ivar gathered his armaments, his presence a silent vow to protect his companions against the dark unknown that awaited. In that charged atmosphere, every beep of a sensor and every flicker of a holographic display wove together a narrative of hope, dread, and the relentless human spirit that refused to yield. The corridors of the starship seemed to echo with the collective heartbeat of the crew, a rhythmic reminder that in the vast, indifferent void, unity was their strongest asset. The lost signal wasn't just a beacon of ancient technology, it was a call to arms, a summons to confront the mysteries that lay buried in the cosmic dust of time. And as the ship's engines roared to life, propelling them into the heart of uncertainty, each soul aboard vowed to unearth the truth, no matter the cost. Thus, amid the luminous dance of distant galaxies and the ever-present specter of danger, Captain Zara Novik and her steadfast crew embraced their fate. They ventured forth with hearts entwined by purpose, driven by the dual forces of discovery and survival. The echoes of the lost signal reverberated within them, a silent, persistent promise that the secrets of the past would soon shape the destiny of the cosmos. A sudden, violent tremor rattled the starship as if the cosmos itself had roared awake. The alien SOS, once a ghostly whisper from the void, now pulsed with an overwhelming intensity. In that breathless moment, an ancient terror stirred. Dormant biomechanical sentinels, the Deathworlders, surged from the darkness, their emergence as relentless as the fury of a collapsing star. Outside the viewport, a cascade of shimmering energy enveloped the vast emptiness. Jagged silhouettes of colossal metallic monstrosities, interlaced with pulsating veins of alien circuitry, broke free from the cosmic tapestry. Their limbs, a terrifying blend of organic sinew and cold, engineered metal, clawed their way into existence. The very fabric of space seemed to shudder under their awakening, and the ship's sensors blinked frantically, as if warning of an imminent cataclysm. Captain Zara Novik's pulse quickened as she gripped the command console. "Shields up. Evasive maneuvers now," she barked, her voice slicing through the cacophony of alarms and frantic shouts from the bridge. The starship lurched as it pivoted sharply, a desperate dance amid the barrage of energy beams and explosive bursts that tore through the dark. The air on the bridge thickened with tension, and the sharp scent of ionized metal, mingling with the underlying hum of the ship's engines straining under the sudden onslaught. Erin's fingers flew over her console, deciphering chaotic streams of alien data. "Captain, these entities, they're not just machines, they're alive, with a purpose we can't yet comprehend," she reported, her tone a mix of awe and dread. Her eyes, wide with realization, flitted from the holographic readouts to the rapidly changing view outside, where the Deathworlders loomed like harbingers of annihilation. Ivar's steady hands never faltered as he manned the turret controls, his battle-hardened gaze fixed on the approaching threat. "Targeting their central cores, we need to disrupt their power matrix before they break through the hull," he commanded, the rugged timbre of his voice a beacon of resolve amid chaos. Every laser blast from the ship's arsenal illuminated the void in stark, brutal flashes, a desperate symphony of light and destruction. Calix's youthful brilliance was put to the ultimate test as he scrambled to override the ship's damaged systems. Sparks flew from his console as he recalibrated the energy deflection arrays. "Almost there, just a few more adjustments," he called out, beads of sweat tracing determined lines down his face. Each keystroke was a gamble against time, his heart racing as rapidly as the deadly energy beams that hammered the starship's shields. Amid the frenzy, Nova's calm presence anchored the crew. Her hands moved methodically over the engineering panel, channeling all her skill into maintaining the fragile balance between life and obliteration. "We're holding steady, but these creatures are relentless. Stay focused, we can't let them breach the core," she urged, her voice a steadying counterpoint to the chaos echoing through the bridge. The ship shuddered as an enormous explosion rocked one of its outer hull sections, sending a cascade of debris swirling into the vacuum. Amid the violent interplay of light and darkness, Zara's resolve crystallized. With every sensor alert and every reverberating shock, she could feel the weight of her past losses and the desperate hope of her crew pressing upon her. In that crucible of danger, every moment was a battle against the cold inevitability of oblivion. "Maintain course and hold formation," Zara ordered, her eyes locked on the approaching Deathworlders. "This is our only chance to uncover the mystery behind the signal, and to survive." Her words were both command and prayer, echoing in the tumult as the starship veered into the heart of a cosmic maelstrom. Here, amid the clash of ancient terrors and human defiance, destiny awaited in the fiery storm of awakened death. In the heart of a desolate nebula, where light struggled to break through the oppressive gloom, a different kind of vessel stirred, a dark monolith of twisted metal and ancient tech that bore the unmistakable insignia of Lord Raxel Mordic. Inside its cold, echoing corridors, the once brilliant scientist had long abandoned compassion for the lure of power. Now a ruthless warlord, Raxel orchestrated his dominion from a command deck shrouded in deep crimson and shadow. The chamber was dimly lit by pulsating screens and the flicker of holographic data streams. Raxel stood before a vast viewport, his silhouette framed against the chaos of swirling cosmic dust. His eyes, sharp and unyielding, reflected a turbulent past, a past filled with promising breakthroughs and a precipitous descent into obsession. He wore a tailored uniform that belied his former scholarly elegance, now tainted with the scars of battle and the cold determination of a man who had sacrificed everything for control. "Observe the signal," he intoned, his voice smooth yet edged with a chill that could freeze the very soul. A subordinate, clad in dark militaristic garb, nodded as he adjusted a complex array of instruments that tracked the mysterious alien SOS. "It pulses like a heartbeat, ancient and inexorable. Soon, its power will be ours." The subordinate's tone carried equal measures of reverence and trepidation, a subtle acknowledgement of the dangerous precipice on which they now teetered. Raxel's mind wandered back to the days when scientific inquiry had been his sanctuary. Once, he had marveled at the elegant symmetry of the cosmos, decoding the language of the stars with a fervor that inspired hope. But those days had withered beneath the weight of loss and disillusionment. The universe, in its indifferent vastness, had shown him that brilliance alone was insufficient to alter destiny. In that cold epiphany, his compassion gave way to a calculated ruthlessness. Now, every decision, every merciless order, was a step towards a dominion where chaos could be harnessed and controlled. He paced slowly along the metal walkway, the echo of his boots punctuating the silence. The ambient hum of energy fields and the distant clatter of automated maintenance systems provided an eerie counterpoint to his internal monologue. Redemption, he mused bitterly, is for those who have lost their way. I seek only order, a universe sculpted by will and intelligence, even if it requires a firm, unyielding hand. His words, spoken more to himself than to any other, resonated in the cold corridors like a death knell for sentiment. In a secluded alcove off the main deck, Raxel convened with his trusted lieutenants. Maps of star systems and schematics of forbidden alien technology adorned the walls, each image a testament to his relentless ambition. The SOS is not a plea, he declared, his gaze sweeping over the assembled officers with a mixture of disdain and expectation. It is a beacon, a call to arms. The ancient Deathworlders have been reawakened, and their power can be redirected. With that power, we will reshape the galaxy in our image. His voice was both an order and a prophecy, promising victory at any cost. A murmur of agreement rippled through the room, yet even amid the acquiescence lay an undercurrent of fear. For those who served him, Raxel was a man transformed, a visionary whose mind had been honed into a weapon, leaving no room for mercy. His lieutenant, a gaunt figure with eyes like chipped obsidian, interjected. But, my lord, the signal's energy is unpredictable. If we push too hard, it might consume us. Raxel's lips curled into a cold smile. Risk is the price of greatness. We are not here to cower before the unknown. We are here to master it. Back at the viewport, as the alien signal pulsed steadily in the dark, Raxel allowed himself a rare moment of introspection. The cosmic vista beyond the glass was a tapestry of light and shadow, a reminder of both the beauty and the cruelty of the universe. I have seen the fragility of hope, he whispered, almost to the silence, and I have chosen power over pity. His gaze hardened as he looked out at the infinite void, as if daring the stars themselves to challenge his resolve. Within the inner sanctum of his vessel, every piece of technology, every cold calculation, was dedicated to one purpose: to harness the alien energy and bend it to his will. In the labyrinthine corridors and shadowed command rooms, the legacy of his former self had all but evaporated, replaced by an obsession that promised not only survival, but dominance over the very fabric of reality. Thus, in the echoing darkness of his domain, Lord Raxel Mordic set his course, a collision destined with Captain Zara Novik and her desperate crew. In this relentless pursuit of absolute power, the coming confrontation was not merely a battle for supremacy. It was a clash of ideals, a collision between the unyielding march of ruthless ambition and the desperate flickering hope of redemption. The starship's thrusters quieted as Captain Zara Novik guided it toward a looming, enigmatic structure, a relic of an ancient civilization whose secrets pulsed with forgotten power. The vessel's sensors danced over a vast complex of intertwined metallic spires and moss-covered panels, each etched with alien glyphs that glowed faintly in the dim light. As the crew prepared to disembark, the ship's bay doors opened with a sigh, revealing a cavernous atrium choked with drifting stardust and the whisper of lost ages. Zara stepped onto the cold, unyielding floor, her boots echoing in the vast, abandoned hall. The air was heavy with the tang of oxidized metal and an undercurrent of energy, as if the very walls breathed with memories. Every surface shimmered with intricate carvings and pulsated lines of luminous circuitry, a silent testament to a technology that transcended time. In this place of eerie beauty, every step felt like an intrusion into a sanctum of ancient wisdom and latent danger. The crew fanned out, their flashlights cutting through the pervasive gloom as they uncovered chambers filled with alien devices, dormant yet humming with potential. Nova's fingers traced the delicate reliefs on a colossal console, while Calyx's devices flickered with data streams, trying to unravel the cryptic patterns woven into the structure's very fabric. This isn't merely a relic, it's a library of the cosmos, Calyx murmured in awe, his voice mingling wonder with a foreboding sense of impending revelation. In the heart of the ruins, a vast central chamber awaited, its vaulted ceiling lost in shadows and its floor marred by deep fissures. Here, the alien SOS had its origin, a radiant beacon emanating from a crystalline core embedded within a pedestal of intertwined metal and stone. The core pulsed steadily, as if alive, its rhythm matching the throb of Zara's racing heart. It was in this sacred space that the truth of the ancient message and the genesis of the Deathworlders began to unfurl like a cosmic scroll. Amid this charged silence, a presence emerged from the gloom, a figure clad in dark armor, unmistakable even in the half-light. Lord Raxel Mordic, his eyes burning with ruthless ambition, stepped forward with a measured gait. The air crackled as his voice, cold and commanding, echoed against the chamber walls. "So you have come to witness the legacy of a civilization you barely understand, Captain," he challenged, his tone dripping with contempt and the promise of retribution. Zara met his gaze, her resolve hardening as she replied, "This relic is not a weapon for your tyranny, Raxel. It holds the secrets of our past, a truth meant to enlighten, not to destroy." Their words clashed like the collision of stars, a duel of ideologies reverberating through the ancient halls. As they circled one another, the chamber itself seemed to tremble with anticipation, the pulsing core casting erratic shadows that danced like wraiths around them. The confrontation escalated swiftly, a blend of calculated maneuvers and raw emotion. Raxel's retorts were as sharp as plasma bolts. "Power is the only language this universe understands. With this core, I will command forces that even the stars shall bow before." Zara's voice, steady and imbued with the weight of countless sacrifices, countered, "You see power only as a means to subjugate, but true strength lies in knowing when to protect, when to yield to the greater good." In that hallowed chamber of ruins, every whispered exchange and clashing conviction revealed the depth of their inner conflicts. The relic's energy surged, responding to the intensity of their confrontation. The ancient technology, dormant for eons, now sparked to life, a resonant symphony of light, sound, and possibility. Amid the echo of their voices and the hum of the awakened core, the destiny of countless worlds hung in the balance, waiting for the outcome of this fateful duel. The relic, with its timeless secrets and dangerous promise, loomed as both savior and harbinger. As the clash between Captain Zara Novik and Lord Raxel Mordic reached a fever pitch, the ancient structure bore silent witness to the collision of hope and ambition, a battle that would soon decide the fate of a galaxy desperate for redemption. In the muted light of a dawning cosmos, the wreckage of ancient power and relentless ambition lay scattered among crumbling ruins. The fierce roar of battle had subsided into a somber silence, punctuated only by the distant hum of dying engines and the soft murmur of survivors gathering in the aftermath. Captain Zara Novik stood amid the shattered corridors of the alien relic, her gaze fixed on the pulsing crystalline core that once roared with the promise of devastation. Now its light was gentle, a beacon of renewal amidst the scars of war. Around her, the remnants of her crew moved slowly, each step weighted with both loss and hope. Irene, her eyes reflecting the quiet resilience of someone who had deciphered both ancient secrets and modern sorrows, carefully collected fragments of alien inscriptions. "These markings," she whispered, her voice trembling with wonder and melancholy, "tell of a time when creation and destruction were one and the same. Perhaps this relic can guide us to rebuild rather than ruin. Ivar, battle-worn and steadfast, tended to the wounded and salvaged what he could from the debris of shattered defenses. His grizzled face, etched with lines of both hardship and determination, softened as he regarded his comrades. "We fought hard for every heartbeat," he said, voice low and resolute. "Now we forge a future where our scars are reminders of what we survived, not what we lost." Calix and Nova worked side by side amid flickering consoles and the soft hum of reactivated systems, piecing together data that would chart the course of this new era. Calix's youthful enthusiasm, tempered by the gravity of their ordeal, shone through as he deciphered the relic's ancient algorithms. "This structure was meant to be a guardian, a keeper of balance," he murmured, fingers dancing over holographic interfaces. "Perhaps with the right recalibration, it can transform the very energy of destruction into a wellspring of hope." Above all, Zara felt the weight of every decision and every sacrifice. Standing at the crossroads of past torment and future promise, she recalled the echoes of her lost comrades, the silent prayers and steadfast courage that had fueled her journey. The tempest of battle had not only stripped away layers of her old self, but had also revealed the resilient core of her being. The universe, vast and indifferent, had been tamed not by might alone, but by the indomitable human spirit that chose compassion over cruelty, unity over division. In the heart of that ancient chamber, as the relic's light shimmered with a soft, otherworldly radiance, Zara addressed her weary yet unbowed crew. "Today we stand at the precipice of rebirth. We have seen the worst that ambition can unleash, and the true cost of power run unchecked. Let this relic be a testament to our past, and a guide for our future, a future where our strength is measured not by the battles we win, but by the lives we nurture." Her voice, imbued with both command and gentle warmth, resonated in the silent expanse of the chamber. The walls around them, once ominous and foreboding, now seemed to exhale a quiet, almost imperceptible sigh of relief, as if the ancient structure itself acknowledged the shift from chaos to renewal. Outside, through the panoramic viewport of the relic, the first rays of a newborn star bathed the cosmos in tender hues of gold and violet. It was a dawn not just for a battered vessel or a solitary crew, but for an entire galaxy on the brink of healing. As the survivors began to set about their work, repairing what could be salvaged, honoring the memories of those lost, and charting a new course in the wake of ruin, there was an unspoken promise that the darkness they had endured would give way to light. With every careful step, every act of rebuilding, they were redefining the narrative of power, choosing instead the redemptive strength of unity, sacrifice, and hope. Captain Zara Novik lingered a moment longer, her gaze fixed on the rising light beyond the relic's ancient walls. In that transcendent moment, the convergence of past regrets and future aspirations coalesced into a singular enduring truth. Even in the depths of cosmic despair, the human spirit could kindle a flame that defied the cold vastness of space. And so, with hearts alight and the universe whispering promises of a new beginning, the saga of sorrow and triumph drew to its final chapter, heralding the emergence of a galaxy reborn.